Welcome back, everyone. Time to talk Bulldog hockey, and with us, head coach Bob Daniels. And coach, welcome back, and congratulations, a 4-1 exhibition win over Wilfrid Laurier this past Friday.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, it was, one of those games we play every year, or pretty much every year, where we're allowed an exhibition game against a foreign opponent, if you will, or a team from Canada in this case. And what it really does is it provides us a great opportunity to play a lot of different players. I think we got every freshman in the lineup that game. Trace Pennock, we got him an opportunity to play in the third period. So we're able to do some things that we would normally not do or not experiment with if it were a game that would count towards either our RPI or our conference standings.
I know being an exhibition game, a little different viewpoint for you, sitting up in the press box rather than down on the bench. Talk about how that was different for you being up in the press box.
Well, it's different in that it's much more frustrating when you're up top and you really have no control over what's going on. I mean, you're watching like a fan. You're looking for certain things. I like sitting up there because we are playing a lot of our freshmen in some different roles, and I really want to be able to see firsthand how they're performing. And when you're at ice level, a lot of times you can't dissect it. You can't see it as well because it's more of a blur. So up top, you can really see things in a more defined way. But it's definitely a lot more frustrating because you feel as though you have very little control over what's going on. You spot all the mistakes that your team's making, and you've got really no way to even interject except for in between periods. But I thought Drew Familak and Mark Compton did a great job of running the bench. They ran it perfectly, and all in all, I think we came out of there with everything we were hoping to, with the exception that we had an injury on the night that will keep Austin Kozak out for a few weeks now.
We'll go to the highlights here against Wilfrid Laurier, and again, kind of like the Michigan game at home in week 1 of the regular season, you get off to a quick start as we'll see Seth Adams get a goal about 5 minutes in.
Yeah, Seth Adams scored, which was really nice to see for him to get on the scoreboard, and he just won the face-off there as well. We're trying him out at penalty kill this year and giving him some chances. You see C.J. Mott making a save there. We only gave him, I believe, 6 shots on net through the first 2 periods. So, I mean, from a defensive standpoint, we were very stingy. We threw over 40 shots on net ourselves for the game, so we were happy, And I thought their goaltender played exceptionally well. I thought we could have had a few more goals. But you can see, even on the power play where we score here, we have 2 guys net front. Deflection by Gerald Mayhew. And so, we're starting to see some of the things that we've been working on in practice start to come out in the games.
Gerald Mayhew with the goal. We'll see him with another power play goal. Nice to see him get a couple power play goals for you.
It really is. When you, the power play goal that Gerald scores next, you're going to see the exact same thing. It'll be in the third period, so we'll be shooting at the other end of the rink from these highlights. But what you're going to see is that we've got a guy right net front, screening the goaltender, and making Gerald's job that much easier to score a goal.
C.J. Mott, another solid performance through 2 periods, and then you get an opportunity to get somebody else in there in the third.
Yeah, we got Trace, and unfortunately that's the first shot he saw, and it really wasn't fair to him. It was a ricochet, and it found the guy back door. There's a good save by Trace. Here's the goal I was talking about. You can see with Drew Durant, he's number 8 right square in front of the goaltender, which is, again, something we've been working on. And it's a freshman playing in the position. Normally Kyle Shump would have been in that spot, but we held him out of the game just to give Drew Durant a little bit more opportunity.
Justin Buzzio with the game winner, or the empty netter, kind of to close off the win in the third period. Talk about what you take out of this exhibition game and what it means for your team going forward into the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, there's still so many unknowns, Rob. There really is. I know we've got to work. We're going to have to become better at goal scoring. I still have a concern that I look at our lines and where we're at there, and I still look trying to say, okay, where are the goals that we're going to need? Where are they going to come from? And I think we've got the personnel. It's just a matter of getting the lines in the right combinations. And we've had Jared Van Wormer out for the first 2, and he'll miss this weekend, but he'll be, hopefully, he's projected to return to the lineup week against Michigan Tech here, and I think he'll help solidify another line. So once we get all the pieces back in place and injuries out of the way, I think we can score. It's just a matter of, if we will.
This week, resume regular season play back on the road at St. Lawrence. I know a long road trip to New York. Talk about making that long road trip here early in the season and how that'll help your team as you get ready for conference play.
Well, it's about time we got on the road. This will be our week 3 for us now. We need to get some road games in, and this will be a long trip. It'll be about 12 hours on the bus each direction. But the nice thing is we'll play in a very difficult environment at St. Lawrence. The crowd for the first time won't be on our side, and it'll be interesting to see how we respond to that. St. Lawrence, a very good hockey team. They beat Niagara on Saturday night 12-2, or 10-2 rather, and you don't see those kind of scores very often in college hockey, so they're a team right now that's feeling pretty good about themselves. They've rolled over a lot of personnel from their team a year ago. And that team, by the way, was the only team to beat us at our home rink last year. So it's a good opponent, and I think it'll help really strengthen our team, and it's going to push us, and hopefully we'll be prepared then for Michigan Tech when we open conference play a week later.
You mentioned Michigan Tech, the first WCHA opponent, October 24th, 25th, and a big challenge to open league play against Michigan Tech, a team that maybe is projected to finish near the upper half of the standings.
Well, I certainly project them to be a top 4 team and maybe even make a run at the league title. I think they're that good. They beat Lake State in the first 2 games of conference play this year, so they're already up in the standings 2-0. And so we're all kind of looking up at Michigan Tech right now. We played them last year 4 times, so we're pretty familiar with them as a team. They're really deep at forward position, good goaltending, good defense. So that would be one of our best barometers of where we stand early in the season and how we stack up in the WCHA. And if I could, I'd like to talk about our conference. We really had a good weekend. We both Alaska and Alaska Fairbanks, Alaska Anchorage beat Wisconsin and Maine on the opposite nights. Bowling Green took down Miami of Ohio, and Bemidji State beat North Dakota. So, a number of our teams went in and knocked off top 10 teams in the country, and I think that looks great for our conference.
Finally here, I know in conjunction with the exhibition game, season ticket holder appreciation night, talk about that event, what that means and what those season ticket holders mean to Bulldog Hockey.
Well, the season ticket holders mean everything to us. It's our lifeblood in terms of the program, excitement in the arena, and in terms of our budget. The night was terrific. It was John Coles' idea, and I thought it was well run. After the game, we had a 20-minute skate with the Bulldogs and with the season ticket holders, and then they were allowed to come back in our locker room. We had some of our juniors and seniors doing locker room tours. And then at the end of the night, we presented the rings to the players from last year's championship season, and the season ticket holders were able to present those rings to our players. So great evening all the way around.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the exhibition win, and best of luck as you travel to St. Lawrence this weekend.
Thank you, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.